degrees, 30 degrees, 45 and 60, 90 for all these trigonometric ratios. Already I mentioned this table at the end of the last class, and I am starting this class with the table again. See, we know that sine 0 degrees is 0. See, to fill this table you need to memorize the values for the first row. That in the sense, for sine theta you need to memorize the values. Sine 0 degrees is 0, sine 30 degrees is 1 by 2, sine 45 degrees is 1 by root 2, sine 60 degrees is root 3 by 2, whereas sine 90 degrees is 1. See, these are the values for sine theta related to the corresponding angles. And now, to fill the table for cos theta, as I told you, you just reverse this row, you will get the values for the second row. See, sin cos 0 degrees is 1, whereas cos 30 degrees is root 3 by 2, and cos 45 is again 1 by root 2, whereas cos 60 degrees is 1 by 2 and cos 90 is 0. So if you memorize the first row, then it is easy to fill the second row based on the first row. And now coming to the third row, tan theta. See, we know that tan theta is equals to sin theta by cos theta. With this idea, see, tan of 0 degrees is sin 0 degrees by cos 0 degrees. So sin by cos 0 by 1 is 0. And now the ratio between these two denominators will get cancelled. You are left with 1 by root 3. Tan 30 degrees is 1 by root 3. And for tan 45, see, the ratio is 1. So tan 45 is 1. And here if you divide, tan 60 degrees is root 3, whereas 1 by 0 is infinite, and tan 90 degrees value is undefined value, it's an infinite value. And whereas coming to cosecant theta, secant theta and cot theta, see, we know that these three trigonometric ratios, cosecant, secant and cot, are the reciprocals of sine, cos and tan. See, cosecant theta is the reciprocal of sine theta. So if you reciprocal each and every value of this first row, reciprocal of 0 is infinite, reciprocal of 1 by 2 is 2, and reciprocal of 1 by root 2 is root 2, and the reciprocal of sine 60 will give us cosecant 60, which is 2 by root 3, and the reciprocal of 1 is 1, cosecant 90 is 1. And now for secant, you need to reciprocal the values of the cos theta. So it is 1, and then 2 by root 3, and then root 2, 2, and then 1 by 0 is infinite. Then for cot, you need to reciprocal the values of tan theta. 1 by 0 is infinite, 1 by root 3 is root 3, and the reciprocal of 1 is 1, and here it is 1 by root 3, and there it is 0. See, have a look at the values of the trigonometric ratios. See, these are the frequently used and frequently required trigonometric values corresponding to the given angles. And you may face different questions related to this. Yeah. First, suppose if anybody asks you, whenever sin theta is equals to cos theta for an acute angle of theta. See, you need to say sin theta and cos theta are equal. Whenever they are equal, look at the row. See, if you look at the first two rows, whenever the values of sin theta and cos theta are equal, they are equal at this particular 1 by root 2. So, if sin theta is equals to cos theta, then your answer is the angle is 45 degrees. Okay, and some may ask you, see, they will ask you different questions related to this. For example, whenever, what you say, tan theta and sin theta are equal. See, look at the first row, sin theta, and look at the tan theta for the third row. If you look at 0 degrees, sin 0 is 0, tan 0 is 0. So only at an angle of 0 degrees, sin and tan are equal. In a similar manner, see, whenever tan theta and cot theta are equal, tan theta is the third row, cot theta is the last row, and those two are equal only if theta is equals to 45 degrees. Right? So, you need to memorize all these values corresponding to the given angles, which are very frequently helpful in solving many questions. Look at the board. For the first problem, sin of a plus b and cos of a minus b is given. First of all, try to solve a bit a, and for that, see, sin of a plus b is given as 1. Just have a look at this. Sin of a plus b is equals to 1. What you say? Sin of a plus b is equals to sin of 90 degrees. Is it right? Sin 90 is 1 as we mentioned in the table. So sin of a plus b is equals to sin 90. That in the sense for sure a plus b is equals to 90 degrees. Yeah, we learnt in previous classes that sin value is 1 for all the angles which are corresponds to the positive y-axis. If the positive y-axis is a terminal ray for an angle, then for all those angles sin value is 1. But in particular here, since they mentioned that a plus b is less than 90, then a plus b is equal to 90 is acceptable. Whereas second relation is given that cos of a minus b is equals to root 3 by 2. And what is root 3 by 2? See, we know that cos 30 degrees is root 3 by 2. See, if you wish, check the table first, and cos of a minus b is root 3 by 2 in the sense cos a minus b angle is 30 degrees. Now I will do here. See, at the end what I have in my hands? At the end I have in my hands that a plus b is equals to 90 degrees since sin 90 degrees is 1, and a minus b is equals to 30 degrees since why? Sin 30, see, cos 30 degrees is root 3 by 2. Now, yeah, after having these two, we need to find tan A and tan B. For that, just try to get the values of A and B. If you add these two, B will get cancelled, and 2A is equals to 120 degrees and A is equals to 60 degrees. If A is equals to 60, then it is easy to say that B is equals to 30 degrees because the sum of those two is 90 and the difference of those two is 30. So angle A is 60 and angle B 60. At the end we have in our hands, and now we need to calculate what? Tan A. Since A is 60 and we need to calculate tan A, so tan A is equals to tan 60 degrees. And what is the value of tan 60? Again you need to utilize the trigonometric table. So you need to memorize it. You need to write once and twice. You need to revise daily. So after that, see, it fixes in your minds, and with those known values, tan 60 degrees is just 1 by root 3. Is it right? Not 1 by root 3. Tan 30 degrees is 1 by root 3 and tan 60 degrees is root 3. So tan A is root 3. And along with tan A, the question is asking us to find cosecant B also. We know that B is equal to 30 degrees. Then you need to answer cosecant 30 degrees because B is 30, cosecant B is cosecant 30 degrees. Yeah, as we know that sin 30 degrees is 1 by 2 and cosecant 30 degrees is its reciprocal, which is 2. Have a look at the problem. See, we are solving the first one. The first problem says that sin of a plus b is given, cos of a minus b is given, and they ask us to find tan A and cosecant B. For that, first of all, by the trigonometric table, a plus b is 90 degrees and a minus b is 30 degrees. Add and subtract these two, either solve these two. See, if you solve, you will get that a 60 and b 90. And we need to find tan A and cosecant B, right? So tan A is root 3 and cosecant B is 2. And this is the first problem out of these two, and we solved it using the trigonometry values for the very basic known angles, right? And now see, think about the second problem. The second problem is a diagrammatical one. Yeah, the question is asking you to find what? Angle A. That means we need to find this total angle at the end. See, you just mark this angle as some alpha and this angle as some beta. That means finding angle A is nothing but you need to find the sum of alpha and beta. Now to find the sum of alpha and beta, you need to find it, no? So to find, see, just apply what? Trigonometric ratios for the first one and second one. See, if you look at this diagram, this triangle, for this triangle what you say? For this triangle this is beta and its opposite side is 10, whereas its adjacent side is still 10, right? See, for beta, opposite side we know it as 10, adjacent side also we know it as 10, and opposite side by adjacent side is nothing but tan. So for this here, tan B is equals to 10 by 10 and that is equals to 1, then angle B is equals to 45 degrees. See, to find angle A we need to add alpha and beta together. See, beta is 45 degrees, then what you say about alpha? Again for this alpha you just use tan alpha. Tan alpha means angle, see, tan alpha means opposite side by adjacent. And measure opposite to alpha is 10 root 3 and measure adjacent to alpha is 10, and 10 root 3 by 10 is nothing but root 3, and from there you know that alpha is equals to 60 degrees. At the end, from the given diagram, see, alpha is 60 and beta is 45. You need to find angle A. sum of alpha and beta, which is 105 degrees, right? So your answer for this problem is 105 degrees. And these are two simple problems which we solve using the values of known trigonometric table, right? Have a look at this. Go for a screenshot, look at the board. We know that the definitions of trigonometric ratios. Just for if I have an angle theta, see for theta I am going to write the trigonometric identities. See if I have an angle theta, then to define the trigonometric ratios for that particular angle, I need to take a terminal ray in the coordinate system. For suppose if you treat the terminal ray maybe here, see, and this is the point corresponding to the terminal ray, then see this is y and this is x and this is r, is it right? And now from this diagram, sin theta is equals to y by r, cos theta is equals to x by r. See, this is theta, okay? And similarly you may say that tan theta is y by x, cosecant theta is r by x, r by y, and secant theta is r by x and everything, right? Is it clear? So if you have an angle theta with u, then to define the trigonometric ratios, you need to construct a terminal ray, take a point P on the terminal ray. From there you just do like this. And if you know that is acute angle, then you may use right angle triangle also. If the theta is acute, use right angle triangle. In all the other cases, you need to write the trigonometric ratios in such a manner, right? And now you just concentrate on this triangle. What is the triangle? The triangle is a right angle triangle. So now there is a chance to use Pythagorean result for the right angle triangle, and I will start my discussion with that right angle triangle, right? From the figure, see, we know it has origin and that is P, and you may say this point as Q. From the figure, from the triangle OPQ, use Pythagorean result. Here what we have, r square is equals to x square plus y square. How it happens? It happens by the support of Pythagorean result. Hypotenuse square is equals to sum of the squares of the other two sides, right? So this is the Pythagorean result. Now what I am going to do, just have a look at this. Now what I do is, I just divide everything with this r square. See, I have an equation and I am going to divide everything with this r square. Then it becomes like this, r square by r square is equals to x square by r square plus y square by r square. Divide everything with r square. Is it possible? Division with r square? Yes. For sure the division with r square is possible, because r can't be 0 at any time. Because r is the distance between O and P. Since r is always non-zero, so division with r square is possible, right? Division with 0 is not acceptable, okay? Division with non-zero is always correct. Since here r square is a non-zero, then you are allowed to divide with r square. And now that implies r square by r square is equals to 1. That is equals to x square by r square is nothing but x by r whole square plus, and this y square by r square can be written as y by r whole square. Here have a look at this. What I have in my hands? 1 is equals to x by r whole square plus y by r whole square. And now what you say? See, if you look, that implies 1 is equals to x by r. X by r is what actually? Cos theta. So 1 is equals to cos theta whole square plus y by r is what? Sin theta, and sin theta whole square. And now 1 is equals to cos theta whole square plus sin theta whole square. See, we concluded by writing that therefore sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. So sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1 for all theta, right? This is acceptable for all the angles theta. So you may take any number in the place of theta. In all the cases, what you say? Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. For example, if I have what? Sin square of 29 degrees plus cos square of 29 degrees is equals to how much? See, actually, we don't know about the value of sin 29, right? We don't know the value of cos 29 also. But still, sum of their squares is 1, right? To identify sum of their squares is 1, see, the values are not mandatory here, right? For suppose if I have, see, take any angle, sin square of 2000, say 7 degrees plus cos square of, you may say 2007 degrees. See, the angle is same in both the cases. Sine square of the angle plus cos square of the angle is always 1. So at the end what we have? Sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. Using this sine square theta plus cos square theta 1, still there is something to generate different identities. So I will start with that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. So at the end what I have? See, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. And now you just make either sine theta or cos theta as subject in two cases. For suppose, if you see, you may write it as like this: sine square theta plus cos square theta 1. So sine square theta is equals to 1 minus cos square theta. On the other hand, cos square theta is equals to 1 minus sine square theta. See, just this identity is same as these two representations also. And from this representation, see what you say about sine theta. Sine theta is equals to plus or minus root of 1 minus cos square theta. Is it right? In similar fashion, you may write that cos theta is equals to plus or minus root of 1 minus sine square theta. Right. But now here I am going to represent another thing. Right. See, what is cos square theta is equals to 1 minus sine square theta. You just write it like this: cos theta into cos theta is equals to 1 minus sine square theta can be written as 1 minus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta. Is it right? Is it right? Can I tell you once again? See, cos square theta is equals to 1 minus sine square theta I have. How can I represent it like this? See, I just represent it like this. Yeah. Cos theta into cos theta is the left side cos square theta. Whereas in the right side 1 minus sine square theta is nothing but 1 minus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta. And now if you just rearrange, you may get from here that cos theta divided by 1 minus sine theta is equals to 1 plus sine theta divided by cos theta. See, sine square theta plus cos square theta 1, from there it is very clear that cos square theta is 1 minus sine square theta. And since you have this, you can rewrite it like this: cos theta into cos theta is equals to 1 minus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta. If you rearrange it, you may get this also. Okay? Like this, you are allowed to rewrite this sine square theta plus 1 minus cos square theta also in such a manner. From there you will get another identity. Right? So at present, see, actually Pythagorean result is the behind tool, behind logic which develops all these identities. With the help of that Pythagorean result, we have that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1, and from there we have some other representations. So on all these things are like this. Have a look at this. Go for a screenshot and then I will give you another identity. Thing with r square. Now for the second bit b, I have to divide everything with either with x square or with y square, right? See, already I have the basic definitions. Once again I am repeating you. What are the basic definitions? If for the angle theta, if you construct the terminal ray and for take a point P corresponding y, corresponding x and corresponding r, if you have, see what you have: sin theta is equals to y by r, cos theta is equals to x by r, tan theta is equals to y by x. You have all these things. With the help of all these, I am going to prove the second identity. And the second identity here it is mentioned as, see, every identity just generated from the Pythagorean result. And now again, look at this Pythagorean result: r square is equals to x square plus y square. For the first bit, we divided everything with r square, and for the second bit, we need to divide with either with x square or with y square. So what I have to do? Just divide with x square now. See, that implies r square divided by x square is equals to x square divided by x square plus y square divided by x square. Just I divided everything with x square. That's it. And now if you look, this r square by x square is what? This r square by x square can be written as r by x whole square plus, not plus, and is equal to x square by x square is 1 plus y square by x square can be written as y by x whole square. So at the end, if you look, r by x whole square is equals to 1 plus y by x whole square. And now what you say about this r by x? Look this, cos theta is equals to x by r. Then what is r by x? And r by x is nothing but secant theta. whole square is equals to 1 plus what to say about y by x. See, y by x is directly tan theta. You just write here it is tan theta whole square. And if you look at the end, what we have? See, by dividing the total Pythagorean result with x square, I have this secant theta whole square is equals to 1 plus tan theta whole square. So I can rewrite it like this. Secant theta whole square is nothing but secant square theta. Tan theta whole square is nothing but tan square theta. So at the end what I have? Secant square theta is equals to 1 plus tan square theta. And if you rewrite it, you will get that secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1. So this is one beautiful identity, wonderful identity which simplifies many of our work. Okay, just have a look at this. Secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1 for all the values of theta. And for suppose if you have any angle in the place of theta, like secant square of 137 degrees minus tan square of 137 degrees, for sure its value is 1. Take any angle in the place of theta. If it is of the format secant square theta minus tan square theta, its value is 1. And for suppose if I have like this, see, tan square of 1000 degrees minus secant square of 1000 degrees. What you say about this value? See, what you say, what is the value of tan square 1000 degrees minus secant square 1000 degrees? If any of you ready, just raise your hand. So, tan square 1000 degrees minus secant square 1000 degrees is just minus 1. And now, think about it once a while. Whether this identity secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1, whether it is always true or do we have any restrictions on theta? Just think a while. If you think, see here at the start, in generating this identity, I divided the Pythagorean result with what? X square. Since we are dividing Pythagorean triplet with x square, this x must not equals to 0. Right? Once again I am repeating you. If this x is 0, then you are not allowed to divide with x, then this identity will happen. That in the sense, if x is 0, then secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1 is a wrong statement. For the angles theta where the x coordinate is 0. Once think about it, whenever x coordinate is 0, whenever x is 0, and for sure x is 0 for the y axis, either it is positive y axis or it is negative y axis, x is 0. Then for the angles corresponding to the terminal rays x axis, y axis, this secant square theta minus tan square theta is not equals to 1. So that's what I am once again I am repeating you that secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1 in most of the cases, but in very few cases it fails. Okay, so secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1 for all theta except theta is equals to, for which angles? For the angles whose terminal rays are y axis. That in the sense for theta is equals to 90 degrees, 270 degrees and so on. So if anybody asks you to say what is secant square 90 degrees minus tan square 90 degrees. See, in a moment you will say that this is 1, but this is actually not equals to 1. Secant square 90 degrees minus tan square 90 degrees is actually not equals to 1. Right? See, if you need, check with the values also. What is the value of secant square 90? We know that cos 90 degrees is 0 and secant square 90 degrees is an infinite. And whereas coming for tan 90, see what you say about tan 90? Tan 90 is again infinity. Infinity minus infinity is not equals to 1 now. That's why secant square 90 degrees minus tan square 90 degrees is not 1. So for the angles which are corresponds to y axis as a terminal ray, for all those angles this is not acceptable. In all the remaining cases it is acceptable. So in level 1 and level 2 type of problems you just face this identity. Secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1. In every book, okay, you may go with any material or with any book. Usually initial level of problems are involved with this identity. And if a level changes, then you may face different problems where the identity fails. Is it clear? So just have a look and go with a screenshot. Now look at different expressions related to the secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1. See, secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1. Actually, secant square theta is equals to 1 plus tan square theta. That's what we proved, okay? And now if you rearrange it, that means if you express it in some other ways, it becomes like this. Yeah, in one side, I will write like this. Secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1. And in the other side, I will write it like this. Tan square theta is equals to secant square theta minus 1. Is it right? Absolutely. Here you just send tan square theta, it becomes like this. Here send 1 that side, it becomes like this. And now here, since secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1. See, secant square theta minus tan square theta, how it is looking? It looks like x plus y into x minus y. So I may write it like this. Secant theta plus tan theta into secant theta minus tan theta is equals to 1. If you multiply these two, again you get the secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1 only. And now from here again, I may rewrite it like this. Secant theta minus tan theta is equals to 1 by secant theta plus tan theta. Have a look at this, very wonderful one which helps me in many cases. See, secant theta minus tan theta value is always a reciprocal of 1 by secant theta plus tan theta. If anybody gave you secant theta plus tan theta is 3 and they ask us to mention secant theta minus tan theta, and for sure it is 1 by 3 because it is 3 as they given, right? So this is one representation. And in this side, see, tan square theta is equals to secant square theta minus 1, and now left side is tan theta into tan theta. Whereas if you look at the right side, secant square theta minus 1, and it can be expressed like secant theta minus 1 into secant theta plus 1, just by the identity of a square minus b square. Now you just rearrange this to generate another identity, another relation, that tan theta divided by, send any one of these to the left side. It becomes like tan theta divided by secant theta minus 1 is equals to secant theta plus 1 divided by tan theta. Just if you have a look, if you memorize this one, that is enough. Secant square theta is equals to tan square theta plus 1 is enough if you memorize. And using that, these are the different ways of expressing this secant square theta minus tan square theta plus 1. Right? And this identity is enough to memorize. Using that, we are able to generate all these things. And see, you may face all these as problems in different situations. Right? Have a look at this. For the first identity in A bit, we divided the Pythagorean result with R square. And for the second identity in B bit, we divided everything with x square. And again, if you start with the Pythagorean triplet, the Pythagorean relation, and now you just divide everything with y square. So, as we mentioned in the previous two bits, here if you divide everything with y square, see, it becomes like r by y whole square is equals to x by y whole square plus 1. Since I divide everything with y square, and r by y is what? X by y is what? Think a while. See, we know that sin theta is equals to y by r, whereas cosecant theta is equals to r by y. So cosecant theta whole square is equals to x by y. See, x by y is just nothing but cot theta whole square plus 1. And if you write it, see, if you arrange it, cosecant square theta is equals to cot square theta plus 1. And from there we concluded that cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1. Just have a look at this. Cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1. And again, this identity is also acceptable for any angle, right? See, if you replace theta with some 100 degrees, cosecant square 100 degrees minus cot square 100 degrees is equals to 1. You may take negative angles also. For suppose cosecant square of minus 79 degrees minus, see, for space because I am taking minus cot square of minus 79 degrees is again 1. Look at this. See, actually this is the identity. Cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1. If you replace the theta with an angle of minus 79 degrees, there you will face this result, that cosecant square of that angle minus cot square of that angle is 1. And again, if you think, this identity also has some exceptions. See, what are those exceptions? Since we are dividing this Pythagorean result with y square can't be 0. If y square is equals to 0, then this identity is not acceptable. That's why I need to mention that cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1 is true for all theta except theta is equals to 0 degrees, 180 degrees, like that. Because for these angles 0, 180 and so on, the terminal rays corresponds to x-axis where the y value is 0. Right? That in the sense cosecant square of 180 degrees minus cot square of 180 degrees is equals to 1 is a wrong statement. Because this identity fails for these angles. And for all the remaining angles, it is 100% correct. Right? So, and as we mentioned in the previous points, if you rewrite this cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1, how it looks? Yeah. See, and in one way, if you rewrite this cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1, see, cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1. I will rewrite it like this: cosecant theta minus cot theta into cosecant theta plus cot theta is equals to 1. That in the sense cosecant theta minus cot theta is equals to 1 divided by cosecant theta plus cot theta. So at the end, with this relation, I will conclude that the values cosecant theta plus cot theta and cosecant theta minus cot theta are reciprocal to one another. If you know this value, reciprocal it to get this value. If you know cosecant theta minus cot theta, just reciprocal it, you will get cosecant theta plus cot theta also. Right? This is one relation. And one more relation is that, see, I will rewrite it like this: cot square theta is equals to cosecant square theta minus 1. Again, as we mentioned in the previous cases, you just use here a square minus b square and split it to get a relation, right? Have a look at this, and this is the third identity. At the end, we have three identities: sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1, secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1, and cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1.